Good day, people, family, friends. How you guys doing? Today in this video, we're looking at the poll. Back to the polls, baby. Back to the polls. And we're polling about communication. Communication. We're talking about the levels of communication in a relationship. And if we can get to that level 5. Can you get to level 5? Does it even exist? And it's really a trick question. You know, the results were 60-30, but let's just look at it all. What are the levels of communication? Well, and what are we talking about here? We're talking about how you build relationships. And they all start off at level 1, baby. Greeting. Hello. How are you? Hi. Good day. That's where we all start. That's the basis level of a relationship. Exchanging a greeting. And then, we get a little comfortable. We might even exchange a fact. That's level 2. We're exchanging facts. That's our relationship. Hey, who won the game last night? How's the weather? Is it raining outside? Simple things. It relates to the relationship between a teacher and a student, right? A teacher, I'm the teacher. I provide facts, right? 1 + 1 = 2. And then the student regurgitates the fact. Base level 2. What we really want to get to is a nice firm spot of 3 at minimum. We got to have a 3. And that's opinions and ideas. Oh yeah. Now we're having fun. Because now we're vulnerable. We're making ourselves vulnerable to the world. But what if they don't accept my ideas? What if they don't like my opinions? And so we keep these things to ourselves. And if we're fortunate enough, we can find people who accept our ideas and our opinions, and we feel comfortable in that, and we begin to share, right? And that's your circle of friends. And we're having a good time with our 3s. But there's real meat in the 4. Oh, don't get me started on the 4, man. Because the 4 relates to your mental health. Feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions. That's the level of communication where we exchange our feelings and emotions, where we start talking about these things and expressing them with one another. That's an extremely vulnerable place to be. Well, what will they do with this information? And how will that make me look? And we keep a lot of this inside. And this is an issue in our country. And you can just look at the industry. Look at how much money we spend for a number 4. We buy a number 4. That's our psychiatrist. We pay for someone to talk to. We can be in a room full of people and be alone. We can be surrounded by family and still feel alone and not have a 4. That's not good. Everyone needs a 4. You gotta let that stuff out. You can't just hold it all in. You'll explode. It's too much for one man or woman. The signals, the influx of impulses, and it's a lot coming in. Your ideas and your opinions are what's coming out. You're taking in experiences and you're putting out an opinion. But your feelings and emotion, that's what you're taking in from the world. You're experiencing it. Oh my goodness. You can't hold it all. Find a 4. And if you don't have a 4, I'll be your 4. Got a shoulder and 2 good ears right here for you. But the poll, we're talking about 5, where you share everything. And does that even exist? And it does exist. It does exist. Sometimes you have to think a little bit outside the box. And it's hard. It's hard. Even in a married relationship, it can be hard to share everything, right? Husbands, and the wife comes and says, hey, what do you think of this dress? You got to say everything. Learn how you think, man. Don't hold it in. Be a 5. Give her everything. But a 5 does exist. My 5 is the unseen and has been the unseen. We all have that 5. That's the 5 that we can go to at all times. But please remember that the unseen works through people. So there's a 5 in the flesh out there for you. Oh, yeah. Because that's a release, man. If we can get there, oh boy. Talk about being comfortable in your skin. Talk about removing doubt. Talk about removing fear. Think of what you could accomplish if you didn't have to hold all that stuff in. If you didn't have to hide who you were. Who could you become? And that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the Love Someone Today movement. It's being that 5. It's being that 4 for someone else to give them that release. And in turn, you may find that for yourself. So the poll is left here at around 60 to 30%, But I think we all know there's one thing that can handle everything. So give it to it. Give it to it when you need to. For the sake of your mental health, please release, Be there for someone. Thank you for taking the poll and participating. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right? You subscribed, right? Thank you for the follows on the Instagram. This is Mark Drew signing off, man. You guys are amazing. Let's keep growing these things. More polls coming. Oh, just loving life. Peace.